this league the Lombardi Trophy.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Again, it's Walker. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Walker. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Back to throw, Goff. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Straight ahead, Walker.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Play action. It's Goff. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now Goff. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Flushed out right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Walker.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Goff now looking to throw.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3 more quarters of football left in this season as we're through one, and we'll be back in a moment with more of Super Bowl 64.
It's the Seahawks on top here early. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a gain of a yard, and the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal.
There may be a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now Goff taps his forward. That's a jet sweep.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's open like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. give up the football again after this one.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Gone.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
To throw is Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Off play action. Here's Goff. This one into the hands of Metcalf. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Goff.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. The Steelers take over the 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Fields now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think of the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Here's Fields. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Flush to his right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Fields. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. After the interception, here's Goff.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Goff. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. They'll try to run a reverse here. And running with power here. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
From the gun, here's Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields throwing again. He's got this to Pickens.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Now Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now it's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Up. Hey, Ken. 11. Right.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Juju Brents. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
Returnable now for Woodson. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Operating from the gun, Fields.
That's caught. It's Cunningham.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, Cam.
Back to throw. Fields. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
They're going right back to Walker. Down to the 41.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7.
Play action. It's gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
hundreds of games, all this football, and it all comes down to the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 64 in just a moment. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, Goff. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Goff now looking to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
Flushed out right. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, fourth quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start to... It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now Tre'Davious White on the return.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now it's Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Second and 5.
Looking to throw. Fields. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Fields trying to throw for it.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Goff taps his forward. That's a jet sweep. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Here comes 2nd down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
To the 20.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell ready to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.